do you manage to finish the stories on time, particularly the writing bit?
How to finish the writing on time? You just have to.
Just like do it before.
You just don't. We're rolling on with the schedule. I set myself this goal that I was going to produce an episode every Friday, and so the script just had to be done. So everything is essentially a first draft, which isn't ideal, and you can tell bits are a bit creaky. Some of the dialogue isn't always great, but it was just get it down on the page, sit there, get it done, and just don't go to bed until it's finished. At the end of the day, it was only meant to be 5 minutes long, although they did creep up in length, especially when we started scripting, they got a bit longer. But they were, it's 6 or 7 pages. You just have to do it. Be strict with yourself.
Don't stay up too late. You might make yourself ill. Just because I've actually stayed up. Like I've done like every holiday or something. Sometimes I'm allowed to stay up as long as I like on my electronic. In the morning, it does not end well.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't end well.
Sometimes it does.
With a grumpy Alice.
Sometimes it does because I just like sleep through the whole day.
Yeah.
Wake up for food.
And that's the thing. I think.
Breathe the kitchen at night.
Everything you get good at things by practice. I've been writing for 10 years, 20 years, 25. I've done a lot of scripts. I've had 10 feature films produced. Not all of them have actually arrived on screen anywhere, but there's a few got abandoned and just disappeared. But there's quite a few. There's at least 7 that have ended up being shown. There's a few that made it into cinemas very briefly. Or available on streaming channels at the moment. So I've got
like
practice.
This TV series that you've done. I've only seen 1 episode of it though.
What was that?
The one with like the teddy bear that had the story in the back.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that was a film that just got abandoned halfway through, and then we thought about doing a TV show, and it didn't quite. We haven't done anything with it. There's a trailer for something. Yeah. That was all that was cut out.
These kids got sent to this place.
Yeah. That was good. It was a good story. That was so you get better the more you do something. Obviously, the faster you get, the better you get at hitting something that's reasonable first time. I know when I write 6 pages of script, it will be roughly 6 minutes of screen time because I know my own pacing and I know what I'm writing. So it's just practice. You practice. You get to a point where you don't have a choice. I've done other projects and other things where you have walked deadlines all the time, and you just get into the habit of getting it down as close to right as possible the first time you do it.
Do you read that one?
I'm going to read this one. So, do you feel that having these constraints in time and resources helped or hindered the story writing? What do you think? So
that's a question aimed to you.
Well, constraints in time and resources. So we had limited time, limited resources. Do you think that makes the story writing better or worse?
I honestly don't know.
Well, so in terms of time, to be honest, I have half a mind when I'm writing about what the constraints are, but at the same time, I was writing things that I've got no idea how to shoot. And, writing things that involve crowds. Like when we did the Time Rocker, I wrote scenes that were set in a crowded nightclub with a stampede of people coming out, running away, and the whole club blowing up. And I had no idea how we were going to film that.
I'm a banana.
I didn't know how I was going to do it. So the constraints, I guarantee if I'd written that for someone else, they would have looked at that and said, well, you can't do that. We can't afford that. It's impossible. Whereas the constraints were lifted by me just looking at it and being too stupid to understand that I couldn't do it. And again, it's not, you wouldn't pay to see that in the cinema, or you wouldn't even be happy if you saw it on TV, but it was never meant to be a perfectly conceived thing. It's a father-daughter zero budget.
Yeah. Also, kids, quick thing to annoy your parents. If you have anything that plays music, just search up the I'm a Banana song, play it over and over again. That will sure get your parents' attention and make them annoyed.
Yes, it will. It makes them very annoyed. Hence it being the torture song. Oh, in a way, actually, the constraints kind of helped because knowing it's zero budget, knowing that we don't have to have a finished, like, polished product, means you give us a lot of leeway in terms of story and in terms of the script. And, you know, it's as good as we could make it in the time, but is it actually objectively good? It's up to you to decide, I think. Next question.
Final question.
Is it?
Question number 19. We're finally at the end, Dad. How did you plan / organise the writing, recording and editing of each video? Him staying up all night? Getting grumpy in the morning?
That is basically it, yeah. Is the, you know, planning is a very grand word for just starting and seeing what happens. Problem is, once we started, we just were moving so fast.
Someone got addicted.
Yeah.
Dad.
But we just moved, so there wasn't time to plan anything really. It's all just, it's compartmentalising your brain. So you're working on one thing. We're doing the filming, but another part of my brain is thinking about the editing and how we're going to cut those together. And then also I'm thinking about what the next episode is going to be and how, where do we need to end here, because the next episode has got to be roughly this. So there was always for each story, I wrote down a list of like bullet points, basically, of what things I wanted in each episode. And then I would write each script on the week we were doing that story. So in terms of planning, there wasn't a great plan, there wasn't a great schedule. It was just, we got into a rhythm of doing it and just kept going. And to be honest, it is too much work for one person to do continuously for 33 weeks. And if it wasn't for the current sort of situation with COVID-19 and lockdowns, and I got made redundant, so I was suddenly at home and had more time. It just wouldn't be possible.
More time with me.
More time with you, which always makes it worthwhile. But it wouldn't have been possible otherwise, would it? If I'd been working full time and you'd been at school full time.
I mean, like, school started and that ruined everything for me.
That's ruined your life.
The only thing I hate about school is everything else is okay.
Well, I hope your teachers can see this. I'm not cutting it.
No, please! Daddy! I didn't mean to say it. I'm not a big fan of school either. Like, I like the lessons. They're all really good. The best part of going back to school was seeing my friends again.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we all introduced new things to each other. E.g., I introduced my friends to the Stargirl series. Amazing!
We've been big fans of Stargirl. We've sat there and watched the whole thing, haven't we? It's great. We need something new to watch now.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh yeah, we do like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
We're in like halfway through season 1.
We're just kind of wittering.
And there's also the DC now.
Oh.
Wittering's fine. It's fun. It's what people like. One of my friends asked if when we're uploading next, because I don't think she knows that we're not doing season 2, that we've done season 2, and we might not do season 3 for a while. So to answer your question, Dee, I don't know.
Christmas.
Probably
Christmas Eve, because there's going to be an actual Doctor Who episode on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
I think.
Who knows?
I don't know if that's been officially announced or if that's people guessing, because it was New Year last year, wasn't it? But
yeah.
I think that's going to be Christmas Day, so we'll probably go Christmas Eve, because I don't really expect people to stop what they're doing on Christmas Day and watch this.
Knowing that you have probably...
They might do.
Some people might have presents, you know.
Who knows what's happening
knows
this year.
the future. Nobody can tell the future.
But do you have any questions for me?
Do you have any questions for me?
I do have a question for you.
What?
Have you enjoyed yourself?
Well, at first I was just doing it to make you happy.
Right.
Because, like, it was something you found that you really wanted to do. It's like a memory you'll have forever thing.
Mm.
But then as we started to go on, I started to, like, enjoy it more.
Uh-huh.
So, like, sometimes when I got stopped in the middle of my electronics, I was like, ugh! And then I was like, okay, that's fine. I can go back later. Just let me save my game.
So you say yes, by the end of it you did enjoy it. Well, because you wanted to do a Halloween episode, didn't you?
Yeah, I wanted to do like a there's this evil fog that's making everything come to light.
But there is no chance of getting a Halloween episode out in time for Halloween.
It's nearly Halloween already.
So that's why we're going for our Christmas special. But yeah, okay, so you did. So you're quite happy to do it again then?
Yeah.
Do you think that the people at home who may have a camera and something they're interested in should just go out and make their own series of things?
Well, if you have a camera, you can probably make your handmade green screen, because we started using towels at first, then a tide thingy, whatever it's called, then a duvet, blanket, I don't know, whatever it's called, a sheet. Yeah, I guess follow your dreams, and if you have your mind set on something, try your hardest to do it. Don't give up straight through, because you'll never accomplish your dream then.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be anything complicated, does it? You can just use the things you have. Yeah,
don't push yourself too hard, but...
No, push yourself hard. Push yourself too hard till your eyes bleed.
No, not that hard. Just don't push yourself that much. Just try and accomplish your dream. My dream was to get 100 subs at least, but...
We're about 89, I think.
Yeah, 80. Well, it's close enough.
If you know anyone who'd like to subscribe, that would be great.
Send this link to them.
And I think on that, we should end the video with a please like and subscribe and...
My name is Alice, this is my dad. Make sure to like and subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so you never miss a video. We will see you next time in Christmas!